Hello, I'm Roger Haiti, your Director of Communications right here at the City of Pflugerville. And this is PF Insider, Frontline Work, heart of the city. And today I'm here at our Planning and Development Services office to give you a first-hand look to show you what this team does to serve you, our residents. I actually have Yasmin, our planning manager, here. So in a nutshell, what does planning and development do for the city and for the residents in general?
Yeah, the planning team at the City of Pflugerville works hard to make sure that we are designing a city that aligns with our comprehensive plan and is inclusive and sustainable for today as well as for the future.
And that's why we want to do this segment. I think there's a lot of residents out there who think that things just happen to fall into place, and that isn't the case. That takes major planning and lots of talent to make a community that everybody's gonna love, right?
It really does. A great community does not happen by accident. It is built by very thoughtful, intentional planners who are thinking about not just the design of the city, but how it will impact people's lives.
Thanks for setting the foundation for us. I know I'm gonna go with a couple of your planners to find out what they actually do on their day-to-day job. So great job, high five. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here with Rosie as part of our Planning and Development Services Department, and Rosie is one of the first people that folks would work with in this entire planning and development process. So Rosie, what do you do day in and day out?
Okay, so when people want to start a new project or a new development, they reach out to us, and I schedule a pre-application conference. And basically what that is a meeting where they can meet with the engineers and the planners. Sometimes other departments are involved as well, and they go over their project. If the project gets approved, then they can apply for permits such as preliminary plans, site plans, construction plans, etc.
Awesome, well, great job. Thanks, I'll let you get back to work. So I'm also here at Planning with Katie. So Katie, tell us, what do you do day in and day out for your job?
Yeah, so once planning and engineering have given their approvals and sign off that they're good to apply, I will start the application process for new residential applications for subdivisions and developments.
And what other kind of applications do you get? I know you handle that particular one.
Yeah, so I also handle smaller applications too for mechanical, plumbing, and electrical permits, water heaters, and just small things like that, just like leaks and things like that.
So I'm here with Kimberly, also in Planning and Development Services. So Kimberly, tell us what you do for your job.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I am the commercial building tech, and I handle all commercial projects, new buildings to finish out remodels, or solely just for interior purposes. Initial intake, all the way until months later, through plan review until the permit is actually issued. As well as help the contractors and developers with inspections regarding each project. And I also manage and handle certificate of occupancies for commercial buildings. One thing that I love so much about doing commercial building, it's very cool to see something start from the bottom and work itself up to become vertical. And then when you can actually physically go into the space, it's pretty cool. It's pretty great to see buildings go up all and around Pflugerville.
So we're here with Dee Dee, also from Planning and Development Services. So Dee Dee, what do you do here?
I am the Development Services Coordinator. I manage the permit techs. I make sure things run smoothly for our department for planning and building. If the cars need servicing, if the inspectors need hard hats, if the planners need vests, whatever it is they need, I make sure they have it. I love my job because we can see the finished product of everything that comes through here. We're practically building the city, so we get to see all the finished products of everything, all the work that's being pushed through. And I feed the cats.
I'm here with Cleven as part of our Planning and Development Services office, and he is a Planner 1. So Cleven, give me an idea of what you actually do day in, day out. I'm sure our residents are curious.
So there are a lot of requests that come in on a day-to-day basis. One of the aspects of the job is, kickstarting that process of, getting developments in. Someone wants to build a restaurant, someone wants to open an office, someone wants to do something with the city, someone wants to build a house. So they come into our office for any sorts of inquiries or, start the permitting process, and we help them kickstart that process. We look at what all comes under that specific site that they're looking at, the specific place that they're looking at, if there's any legal scrutiny that has to be done, if there's any code that has to be followed, everything that has to be done with regard to doing a development in the city, it's outlined by a unified development code, which is what we call the UDC, and that's on our website. So that is basically our Bible that helps the city grow.
So working in planning and development services is a lot more complex, I think. People are going to find out at home what it actually takes.
Yes, it is.
Well, high five. Thanks so much. I will let you get back to work.
Thank you.
Right now, I'm here with Senior Planner Michael Petrowski, and he's working on one of our most exciting projects coming up. It's our Downtown East project. So, Michael, there are residents at home that are wondering, what does a senior planner do?
Sure. So for today, what I'm working on is a lot of project management, and that's seeing a project that has come into the city all the way through to completion. So last year, the City Council approved a 29-acre property, that's that Downtown East, that will include a public park, a lot of retail, as well as a new City Hall and Rec Center. And the first project that's coming through is the Recreation Center, and we're on the last step here, and we're hoping that we will soon be clearing all comments and starting construction.
And so what are you actually looking for? Like when you're here looking at these designs, like what happens?
Sure. So there is both aesthetic and safety concerns that we have. That's the building elevations, landscaping, sidewalk, and parking, to making sure that we're able to serve all residents of the community.
So it's not as simple as residents at home think. There is a lot of thought and planning that goes into obviously putting together a major structure like this.
No, absolutely. And a lot of this came from the community too, hearing out from the neighbors in the community and hearing what they want. And I'm pretty happy to see that it's coming through.
So you kind of like make resident dreams come true.
Sure.
Right? I mean, yeah. Well, I know now we're going to go out on location and see what you do when something's actually almost built. So
yes,
we're going to give residents, you at home, the ability to see how that happens as well. So I'm here with Michael at our Downtown East construction site. So Michael, obviously we just broke ground on this project, but if this project was far along or almost done, what would be your responsibilities as a senior planner?
Sure, so you can see right here on the other side of us is where the eventual rec center will be. And there's a lot of components that we have to look for. We got to make sure that they are building what they said they were going to on the plan set. And a lot of that will include ensuring that there's adequate sidewalks. I believe we're supposed to have a 10-foot sidewalk out here, and that's to provide adequate safety for everybody.
So it sounds like a big responsibility. You're kind of coming in after the fact and making sure they followed plans to a D. Absolutely. On so many different levels.
Yes, sir.
What do you like most about your job?
I think what I like most about this is that just a couple months ago, this was just a design. This was a piece of paper on my desk. And now we're at a construction site, and in a few more months, this will be an actual rec center. And just seeing a project go from start to finish is my favorite part of the job.
So I know we did so many public meetings to get feedback about what residents wanted here on this site. What are we going to have on this site?
Sure. So we are going to have our new rec center. That's going to be 3 stories, about 140,000 square foot. We're going to have our 4-story city hall. We're also going to have a civic plaza. That's going to be the main focal point. And that's going to be about 18,000 square feet. So that's a lot of entertainment, a stage, a lot of playground areas for the kids, as well as some multifamily and retail as well.
This is where memories of a lifetime will be made. So that's why I love positions like yours. You get to help with this entire process, but at the end of the day, you get to see like family photos on mantles in this new facility. It's going to be such an amazing facility for the residents.
No, absolutely, and that's it. That's a big component of what we do is that sustainability. That's good for today and good for tomorrow. So we are happy that we can serve the residents today, but obviously we're building accommodations that we can look forward to the future.
And we're back, and I'm here with our admin tech, Susie. So Susie, tell me, what do you do here in Planning and Development Services?
I process the miscellaneous residential permit applications. I greet the incoming foot traffic here, and I answer the telephones for residents and contractors and so forth.
So you're the first smiling face that residents see when they come to Planning and Development. Well, that's awesome. Well, that wraps up this episode of PF Insider, Frontline Work, Heart of the City. And we hope we gave you a really good look at what goes on right here at the Planning and Development Services office. And want to remind you to tune in to the next episodes as we take your eyes and ears to places you've never seen before, right here in the city of Pflugerville.